This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil.
What's up? We are now sitting in a Mercedes EQS 580 4Matic. This is the all-wheel drive, 113 kilowatt hour, 528 horsepower, 855 Newton meter torque. This car is insane. I've been driving about 5,000 kilometers with it, and I have to say, this is by far the most quiet EV I've ever tried. You can hear that we are whispering, and you can still hear me quite clear. It is so quiet. We could do this also on the autobahn, and you will still be able to hear me. But anyway, we have to do the regular intro. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I hope you enjoy the intro. This is, okay, we are at the EQS. Well, should I, is it too dark? Let's see. Okay, look. Huh? Like a ninja. Okay, anyway, how about I put on some lights? Will that be okay? No, that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Well, how about if I put on the back? That will light the... Yeah, that's perfect. Now we light on the back, and then you only have indirect light coming in front here. That is perfect. So let's just take it on the motorway. Oh, it just started snowing right now, as advertised. So we have to do this quick, because maybe in half an hour, 1 hour, it's going to pick up more. But yeah, we shouldn't be talking that long. But I feel like I need to tell you everything I have experienced with the EQS. Okay, where do we start? I guess we don't mind if this is a half an hour, 45 minutes. Whoa. Achtung. Yeah, long video. Okay, let's hammer it. So this thing moves. It weighs 2,760 kilograms. I measured it myself. But if you put it in, well, you can try. Okay, let's have some fun here. Okay, put it in sport mode, and then we go here. Well, okay, let me set some cruise control first here. Let me see. We go here. Okay, the menu here is kind of messy. You have to. You see, I was even struggling to found everything. Vehicle, sound experience on. Okay. We have two themes. We have silver waves and vivid flux. Listen to silver wave. What the heck is moving that? Sorry, there's some stuff, there's some camera equipment moving in the back there. It has a little sound also for regening. And you will hear that if I switch to comfort mode, it will not be that loud. So you won't have it in sport. But that one is not too fun to listen to. You have to listen to vivid flux. This sound here is so much fun. Don't worry, we don't have any cars on the road here. Oh shit. Okay. Anyway, let's turn off that shit. Okay, let's put the car back in. Even in comfort mode, it is already quite nice and comfortable. But let me just go over here. I feel like we need to talk a lot. Where do we start? The soundproofing here is extremely good. Let me just check something. I have to just check that it looks okay. Yeah, okay, it looks okay. So we are just cruising now. We even have wet road. We even have 265, 40, 21-inch tires. And it is so quiet. I have never ever experienced such a quiet car before. The closest one is e-tron, fat e-tron, and a Neo ES8. But I believe when I did the measurement, sound testing and everything with this car is that it is just even more quiet than the other cars. And then comes the comfort, the ride. It's just Mercedes style. It's just so comfortable over the bumps. Okay, it feels a bit like a boat. It's not that sporty. Actually, I haven't really tried sport mode. I've been driving in comfort mode, and every time you start driving, it will default to comfort mode anyway. So But I'm gonna switch back here. You can see some stuff here going on. But over bumps, over anything like bumps or rough tarmac like here, you don't feel it. Even when I took it on a trip to Mo I Rana, there was this very common in Norway. You have this rumble zone on between the lanes, right, or between the oncoming lane and this lane. When I drove on the rumble zone, I could feel it, but it was way less. I was like, huh? That was unbelievable. So the comfort level here is just beyond what I've ever experienced before. But this is probably, I mean, I don't know if it's based on the S-Class, but it's supposed to be equivalent to the S-Class. It's not premium, this car. Sorry, Mac, this car is not premium. This car is luxury. Everything else I tried electric, like Audi, like Porsche. Sorry, okay, Porsche. Sorry, I hope I didn't hurt any feelings. Those cars are premium. This is luxury, really. And of course, I have massage seat. I have all that stuff. But you guys already know that. You can read the brochure about it. But also the stereo, the sound system here. I tried it. You guys have also heard me talk about it in other videos. We have Burmester. We have some tweeters here. It actually reflects via the triangle window on here, so I don't hear the tweeter directly. We have some subwoofer somewhere in here, 2 of them supposedly. And just like other Burmester or other high-end stereo, it just sounds incredibly good. You know, really detailed, natural, but at the same time, not like, I mean, you know what I mean. It's just perfect. But what I noticed with this car versus Bang & Olufsen in Audi versus Harman Kardon, we have in some other cars and Meridian, is that those systems, they are lacking that bass. I mean, they have bass, but this car, the EQS, seems to be one step better than those. I can hear that deep and firm bass here that I don't hear in the other system. Oh shit, it's starting to snow now. And at least for me, I like that. And also, what I realize is that when you're driving and you can't hear much of the noise from outside, then suddenly the sound experience becomes way better. I can actually hear the bass or other sounds that are usually overwhelmed by noise from outside. So yeah, okay, let's talk about range then. This car is thirsty. Unfortunately, they fitted it with fat tires. And unfortunately, I was able to test it in winter, like now. But even when I did range test, it was mostly on dry roads, and it wasn't that cold when I tested it. But I believe that the all-wheel drive system in this is a big heavy beast. Woo! You don't want to, no, okay, you don't want to go too fast around roundabouts with this car. It is heavy. Yeah, so it is kind of thirsty. Okay, I have to mention something before I forget it. The moment I started driving the EQS and the first roundabout I took, I felt that this was different. But I was like, whoa, whoa, what's that? What's that? It's a big car, it's heavy, it's long, but it was driving in the roundabout. Okay, that day it wasn't that slippery, but because this car has rear wheel steering. You can even see it here if we go to the vehicle here. You can't see it, but it shows you how many degrees. Now we're doing 7 degrees in the front wheel, 1.4 degrees in the back wheel in the other direction. I believe that one, not only does it improve nimbleness, you can have tight turns, but I get the feeling that, sorry, I don't know all the physics behind it, but I get the feeling that rear wheel steering makes the car also more fun to drive on twisty roads or just driving in the city in intersection, simply because the rear wheel goes the other direction. So I don't know the fit, but that's just what I felt when I was driving it. It didn't feel like a big heavy lump of metal. So yeah, and then here, by the way, we have mostly front wheel drive. I guess Mercedes figured out that the front wheel is the most efficient one. And you see that when we just generate, okay, yeah, when we go a little bit faster, we need more traction or more power, it will kick in the rear motor. At 90 kilometers per hour, it was running mostly on front motor. At 120 kilometers per hour, even on cruise control, it was running on both motors at the same time. And also it will try to regen with the front motor here, see, regenning. But then if you need stronger regen, it will then kick in both motors. So it can do that stuff, but still, just like a Tesla, I guess, but still somehow it is quite thirsty. I can't explain why. I just report what my findings are. So for the winter range test, I was able to drive around 500 kilometers only, but I guess maybe in summer I can go 600, but I'm not sure if I can go 650. So, which means that I don't know what caused. Well, okay, I know that one reason why this car was thirsty is because we have fat tires. So just by getting, instead of 265, we can get 235 with. Yeah, that sounds crazy. 235 with tires, the same width as Model 3, way smaller and lighter car, but 235 tires, and then well, let me wipe. Oh, shit. And 55 profile, 19. That's the smallest one. If we get those tires, we can probably shave off, yeah, maybe 20 watt-hour per kilometer, maybe more, and that could improve things. Or you can go for the rear-wheel drive version, and maybe that will be more efficient. But you see that it's not running on permanent all-wheel drive, so I'm not sure if we should blame the all-wheel drive system or not. But okay, but on the other hand, if you want to compare the EQS against Model S Tesla, which is, I guess, the closest one, it has almost, I mean, pretty big battery also. And it's fairly large, but this one is larger. Okay, maybe EQE is more fair to compare with, but it's not out yet, so that's why we have to use EQS. Size, I mean, space-wise though, the EQS is actually pretty much on par with Model S, because Model S utilizes space better. But that's a different story. So anyway, what I'm saying is that in order to compare the EQS against Model S, you actually have to compare this one, the all-wheel drive, because the Model S is an all-wheel drive, and the Model S does not come in rear-wheel drive anymore. So my claim is actually that the EQS is thirstier than the Model S, and the EQS might even have shorter range than the Model S. That needs to be tested first before I can make a final conclusion, but it's just my assumption for now based on what I've seen and so on. So yeah, but on the other hand, this car goes like a beast. It's the throttle has been tuned to be not so snappy as Tesla, even in sport mode. You can check now. Okay, let me just try to. Yeah, it is fairly quick though. I feel like when I tried the Fat e-tron, there was like this little delay even in the dynamic mode. But here, it feels more like i4, except that it's not as fast as i4. But you see, it picks up speed fast. So it's fun to drive, no doubt, and it's super comfy to drive also. Let me show you guys the auto steer. Okay, so now auto steer is active. It has been doing a very good job on autobahn, or I mean on motorways or something like this. It will stay in the lane. It doesn't do any weird shit going too far to the right, too far to the left, or too far to the right. It's also fairly quiet. It will beep me eventually if I don't hold the steering wheel, but the first warning is just a visual warning, and then it will. There, yeah, you see. And also there's some lane change assist. Let me see. Okay, there. But I have to hold the steering wheel all the time, and then it will kind of change lane for me. It doesn't change lane by itself like Tesla or Ioniq 5 EV6. But this auto steer system is probably one of the best I have tried out there. We have a little bit of phantom braking. Very common that if you have a curve like this and there is a large vehicle, typically a truck or a bus on the other lane here, the car, many cars, and okay, like this car will then think that truck far ahead there is in the way, so it will then slow down a little bit. Usually it only slows down about 5 to 10 kilometers per hour, and also somewhat gentle. So it's not like hard phantom brake like Tesla, but that happens from time to time, not only with this car, also with many other brands I've tried. But back to the auto steering, it is very good, except for if the lane markings starts to get semi-bad, then it struggles. But even at night, it will see the lane like this and it will drive very good. So again, my impression is that the Mercedes auto steer system is one of the best I've tried. But it's still, unfortunately, it's not right on the same level as Tesla, because Tesla will see the lanes in freaking ridiculous driving conditions where I can't even see where the heck the road is going, and there's auto steer, and then I guess Tesla is driving for me. Well, okay, so, and what else? The space here is awesome, very good space. It's so, this car is so long, so that's why it has so good space. Wait, let me see, let me just, oh, sorry, my bad. I put the car in neutral by mistake because my brain was programmed for a test for Model 3. Model 3, you use this dock to disengage autopilot. Well, okay, anyway, we're back now on driving. But I should talk a little bit about maybe about Colgate and stuff. So this car has some called intelligent charging or something, right? Navigation. You can enable some kind of intelligent routing, and then if you just navigate to a destination, let's say from Oslo to Copenhagen, the car will figure out for you where you need to charge, and the range estimation, the percentage you get, it tells you you will arrive here, you will arrive with that charger or at your final destination with how many percent. It is highly accurate. It takes into account speed limits. I don't know about weather, but also elevation. So, and it knows all that, and it handles it really well. The way it can figure out how many percent you have. For example, you navigate somewhere 200, 300 kilometers away, and it tells you you will arrive with 20%. And when I arrive there, I have 20% or 18%, 90%. It's very accurate. However, one thing I don't like is that for Tesla and Polestar, those are the only two cars I know that actually does it. When you navigate to a supercharger or a fast charger with Tesla or Polestar, the cars will preheat the battery for, where should I go now? Maybe I just go here. It will preheat the battery so that when you arrive, you will get maximum speed, charging speed. Really good. This car doesn't do it. So you navigate to an Ioniq charger or whatever fast charger that shows up in the screen here. You can even see number of chargers available and how many, total, and how many kilowatts. So I believe it pulls that data from Hubject, but it doesn't preheat if you do it like that. So how the heck do you make it preheat before fast charging? Well, for the example that if you're traveling from Oslo to Copenhagen, you have to just input Copenhagen, and you have to enable the smart routing feature, and then the car might suggest you to stop at Spekerød. Then it will preheat for Spekerød. But if you navigate directly to Spekerød without telling the car you want to go to Copenhagen, it will not preheat. Yes, Mercedes-Benz, please fix this. Dankeschön. But other than that, the car, again, like I said, it's super comfy and all that. Okay, I'll talk about the fuel shit. No, let's not talk about it. But when it comes to charging though, I tried this also. It might cold get a bit. If the battery is cold, it will charge a little bit slower, but it seems to be able to pick up speed fairly fast. Even if the battery is quite cold, you will still usually be able to receive at least 60 kilowatt, and then, or if you drive a little bit, if you're not totally clumsy, you should at least be getting about 100 kilowatt. Whoa, why are you hypermiles there? So that's quite good. Except for that, many times on my trip to the north, and also on 1,000 kilometer challenge, I did not receive 200 kilowatt. Most of the time I will get around 100 to 150 kilowatt only, unless you let the car decide for you where you're gonna go. But then you don't always have control of where you want to charge, you know? So, yeah. What else should I say? The user interface. Yeah, what do you think about the hyper screen? Hyper, yeah. As you probably noticed, I usually switch off that screen because I don't use it for anything and it becomes in the way. So I just use this screen and I use the instrument cluster and the head-up display. Head-up display is awesome. It's big, it has AR, and if I navigate somewhere, it will show you pretty cool arrows and stuff, and it animates that you go where you're supposed to go. I can't demonstrate right now, but I also tried that system in ID3 and those cars, and they don't work nearly as good. They have some arrows and shit, but the arrows seem to have a low resolution, more fixed. Like it just jumps, you know, kind of like that. Whereas here it is super smooth. The whole animation, everything is just super smooth in the big head-up display. And then as for the instrument cluster, not much to say. We can. One thing I like is that you can show temperature in the tire, along with the tire pressure. That's something that Mercedes had for a long time. But for example, Tesla and many other EVs, they don't show you that. Oh, we are, by the way, in tunnel. You can hear how quiet is in tunnel. I hear a little bit of noise from the glass roof here. So I guess if you want the most quiet experience and you drive a lot in tunnels, you have to then get steel roof. But actually not. Okay, I haven't tried it, but steel roof could actually make more noise. For example, for I-Pace, steel roof is noisier than glass roof. But when I have this thing here, we have a little fabric only covering up the top. When I drove in minus 14 degrees Celsius, minus 18 degrees Celsius, I felt this, I felt this cold chill from above. So, if you drive a lot in cold weather, well, maybe you are not that sensitive to cold as me, but yeah, so just bear that in mind. Okay, but anyway, let me talk more about the hyperscreen then. So let me switch over here. So you see in the default view, if you just press home button, the navigation will be the default view. Many cars, they have a nav screen, a navigation screen. You press that one and you go to navigation. Here, the navigation is like the default, just like Tesla, which is fair enough. And then you have buttons here for other stuff. For example, EQ, here you have the EQ set. If you go to the cogwheel here, you can then, the electric intelligence stuff, you can enable it. And then also when you have navigated to a place, you will have some information here. We can actually try to navigate to some place, previous destination. Let's go to Ioniq EV, for example. And then let go, yeah. What, there's a dude behind me drifting. Dude, don't make any unfall now. Okay, yeah, we also have the AR going on, but okay, you see. Let me see where he wants me to go. He wants me to go straight. No, this is cool, okay. See, it will just zzz. Okay, I'm going to drive past it on purpose. You see, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It will just make this. That screen, I don't watch that screen usually when I navigate, but I watch the head-up display, and the head-up display also does this cool animation. But okay, now it pops up. Yeah, okay. Now, so here you can have music. You can switch to radio. I haven't switched to radio. You can have some stuff there. You have the phone settings here, you see. So it's cool that you have several buttons here to do things. But the map is not nearly as smooth as Tesla when you zoom like this, and it's not that snappy. But this screen is fairly big and it's curved, so that's great, I guess. But I still feel like the user friendliness and some of the controls here are a bit weird from time to time. I'm not sure how to tell you. Let me see. Let me just set the cruise control and just cruise. So it's always hard to demonstrate for you. Every time I want to demonstrate something, it doesn't do it. Now, okay. So, but I find myself many times when I have to go to home. Let me see. I have to click. See, if you click home once, it does one thing. If you click home twice, you will go to this setting, and then you can go to some settings here. And I was looking for some stuff. I was looking for display. You have to go to system, and then you find display, and then you can change some display stuff here. And I was looking for, where do I change head-up display? Because you can change lots of stuff here. What head-up display is not changed here. Head-up display, you have to go here, press this button, and then switch up here, and then you find head-up display settings in the instrument cluster around here somewhere. So that was kind of unlogic for me that, okay, it's over there, not here. And yeah, I guess you just have to get used to the menu system here, that you have very, very common for many cars to have this kind of layout, that you have something here, settings, which is a bit weird that you have settings, but you also have comfort, and then in comfort you have some other settings, like ambient lighting is a setting. So if you go here, Achtung. If you go here, you can then fine-tune the ambient lights. I actually turn off. Let me see. No, I tune it. I disable this one, because this one is way too annoying. You can see it even, especially at night when you're driving. This strip is too annoying. So I turn this one off, but I have the other ones somewhat on in different levels. But you see, we have the ambient light setting is there, and then I have to click a couple of times, and then you have some settings here also in a different layout, and you have menu here and so at least for me, my opinion is that I find these settings a bit let me cancel navigation. I find these settings a bit confusing sometimes. You just have to get used to it. As long as you know the system, then no big deal. You can get around with stuff and get used to it. Yeah, I'm not sure what I should say about the big screen. It's nice to have a big screen, but however, sometimes I feel like Mercedes, they utilize the space somewhat poorly. We have a big screen, but there are some unused space here. They could have organized it better to make the whole user experience better, I feel like. But maybe it's just me, I'm being picky about it. What I would say is that the software part of, oh shit, I better get home soon. I don't want to be driving around here when the shit hits the fan. But what I'm saying is that the strongest point of this EQS is the luxury, the premiumness, the soundproofing, the extremely good driving experience, unlike anything I've experienced before. Yes, I tried Taycan, I tried e-tron GT, I tried the ES8, I tried everything that is electric, premium or non-premium or affordable, but I have never experienced anything like EQS before. You might be thinking, yeah, but it's an S-Class. Yes, I mean, it's probably trying to make it like an S-Class. I never driven an S-Class before. This is probably my first S-Class I've driven, and I am so impressed of the car. But what my opinion about the EQS is that don't expect the best software or user experience from the EQS. There are some cool things, like you can, I just remember something. If you want to adjust the mirror, you can look at that mirror and then you can adjust it. And then if you look at that mirror and you start adjusting, it will adjust that side. That is pretty cool. I also remember some other small things. I don't remember right now, but this car has some smart features. I like this one. You know, when I just bend over here, the light comes on and then it goes away. You know, it has some cool features, some smart features that I haven't seen in other cars before. But in general, this car doesn't have Sentry mode. You know, I haven't tried the app, but I don't think the app has live view of the cameras and all that, and or dash cam features, or the stuff that Tesla has nowadays. So again, what I'm saying is that if you want to buy this car, or if you're interested in this car, you should want it because of the way it drives, the way it rides, the quietness, the smoothness, the German feel. You know, the EQS has the S-Class or the German car DNA here. That's the one you should be looking for if you want an EQS. Don't buy this car because you think it has the longest range, because I believe it doesn't. I think you have to go for Lucid or a Model S. But then, I haven't tried the latest Model S, but I'm actually going to assume stuff based on what I know already about Tesla, because I've been driving so many different Teslas. I assume that even the latest Model S will not be able to match EQS in the driving feel, the comfort, the noise. I mean, they say yes, they say that yes, the latest Model S is quiet, but really, I don't think they can beat the EQS in comfort and all that. So, of course, I have to try it eventually before I can decide for that. But yeah, so that's it. If you want to buy, and also I think that people who like the tech, the whole thing with Tesla, they probably don't want EQS. But if you're the kind of guy who likes an e-tron or a Taycan, or you like what German cars offers, and you don't really care about fart mode, or then I think EQS is the car for you. So let me see. Maybe should I talk more? Should I do more actual driving tests? Maybe I should, because I've just been talking a lot. So yeah, I should tell you about Regen. Regen is smooth. There was a car, I think it was the BMW iX3. The Regen in the iX3 was a bit unpleasant because, I have to be careful. But I remember when you had cruise control, like now, and you disable cruise control, the Regen on the iX3 came kind of sudden, and the car was like, ooh. Here it's smooth. When you start, just like a Tesla also tune it so it's nice and smooth. When you drive in cruise control and you disable cruise control, it gently starts regening because you have Regen on. And also, I like the strength of the Regen, but it could be stronger. Let me see. You see here, we can actually drive mostly on one pedal. And I like that. But you can also change that we have some flappy pedals here. You can set it to only coast if you like to also. One thing I don't like is that every time you start the car, it will default to comfort mode and it will default to normal region. And I always have to tap it to the increased region. But the increased region is, yeah, at low speed, you see, it's quite strong. At higher speed, I would wish it would region more, because I believe, oh, that guy has a charge port open, dude, it flies open. No, but, I want the car to remember my region. But I feel like, based on my gut feeling, I feel like the region is limited to roughly 100 kilowatt on this car. But it should be able to take 200, 300 kilowatt. But maybe that would be too strong and you would, yeah, I don't know. But, so I haven't really tried how it is and if it has any blending brakes. Let me check here. It seems like it has blending brakes, of course. So you can probably, the car probably regions 200 kilowatt or more. It's just that it doesn't tell you. It just says percent. It doesn't tell you those numbers like some other cars tend to tell. Korean cars, you can see how many kilowatt you're outputting or regioning. So what's up? Go here. But okay, and also I drove this car on some slippery roads. Let me just test now. Ooh. Yeah, and it went remarkably well, even though this car is so heavy. So I actually don't know how they did it. They somehow this car is able to mask out the heavy weight and the big car, long wheelbase. So is it because of the four-wheel steering, or is it because it's doing some smart vectoring with the motors or with the differentials? I don't know, but it is fun to drive, and we just happen to have more and more snow now, so you can just go drive around here a little bit, give a little feel about it. But yeah, so fun to drive, and also, yeah, I should mention something very important actually, which is that, let me switch over here. If you go to settings and you go, no, not settings, back. Here, press home a couple of times. Get to the energy flow here. The way the car is set up, that's the way I like it. Because you see, we are now on front wheel drive. Check if you can see it. You can kind of see it. We are on front wheel drive. If we accelerate a little bit, we will then go to all wheel drive mode. But it will try to be front wheel drive biased, seems like. And then all-wheel drive now, you see? But on slippery roads, I like the behavior. It's more, it's similar to, whoa. I think it's so easy now. Oh, it's good grip. Oh, you turned it red. Oh, I like that. But it's just like Model S and X, that it tries to use the front motor first, and then it kicks in the rear. And that's better, rather than Model 3 and Y, where it's rear-wheel drive. It's mainly because of the most efficient motor is in the back in the Model Y. But the way it's set up now, I feel like it gives me good driving feel, because when you do this stuff, I feel like the car is not, it's so well balanced. It's not oversteering, it's not understeering. It just goes the direction I want it to go. Okay, sometimes it will slide in roundabouts. That's really sharp curve and it's slippery. But when I was driving on twisty roads to Mo i Rana and back again, I was just amazed of how well they drove over there. But again, that was no racetrack, so maybe when you guys toss it around and go faster, maybe you will not be so impressed, I'm not sure. But I was just, I like it. Yeah, that's the thing, I like it. So, what else should I say? This car also has a 750 kilo towing capability. I didn't know that. Yeah, it has tow hitch. Because when I talked to Mercedes, they told me that no, you can't get tow hitch on it. But then supposedly you can get it. Okay, that's cool. That's good. And headlights, they are superb. However, I feel like the headlights, they have less spread than Polestar, but they are very good. They seem to be smarter than the Polestar lights. So the headlights will not dazzle oncoming traffic on motorway. It seems to know that we are on the motorway, and it will cut off the opposite lane on the incoming lane. But when we go to B roads, then it knows that this is a B road, and then it lights up everything. But the spread is a bit weird. There's a kind of strong spot on the right-ish side here, kind of low, which is a bit strange. I don't need light there. I need light more up there. And this car also doesn't have headlight washer. It doesn't have washer in the front camera, unlike Fat e-tron. But other than that, the way I tested it on yellow, I tried to develop a new testing procedure for testing winter capabilities, and my conclusion based on the yellow test is that the EQS is a very good winter car. It ticks the right boxes. It also has heated wiper, you know, where the wiper rests in the front windscreen here. That part is heated. I don't know if it's permanently heated or not, but there is no button to enable or disable that heater. So yeah, it's a pretty good winter car. That's my conclusion. Again, you have to decide based on your needs and preferences and what you think is the best. Maybe for you it's like, oh, no headlight washer, that's no go. Okay, well then, yeah. But okay, I've been talking so much about this car now. Yeah, it has 3 nozzles, by the way, for the wipers. And the wipers, of course, actually I think that they are permanently on, the heated wipers, maybe based on temperature outside. I'm guessing that's how the car is programmed to be smart, right? So when I was driving in minus 10 degrees, those heated wipers were probably on all the time, because every time I wiped, the wiper blades were very silent. And then if you do that on other cars, you'd be like because the wipers would be minus 10 degrees Celsius. So maybe that's one of the reasons why this car is a bit thirsty, because maybe the Germans, they consider safety and convenience in winter more important than that the car needs to be so efficient all the time. But yeah, let me just try to go back. Yeah, we're driving on bumpy roads, but let's try something here. Those pesky short speed bumps at Bjørn and Haug, you know, those are probably not legal on public roads, but that's not public road. That's a private area for Bjørn and Haug, so they can do whatever they want. Let me try to drive over there in comfort mode. Let's see how it handles it. I tried other cars and it always feels a bit uncomfortable driving over that thing. Yeah. Let's try here. Okay, this is more practical test now. Okay, where is it? Okay, all right, let's see. Let's cruise at 20 kilometers per hour, even though it's 10 kilometers per hour. 15. Oh. What? Huh? 16 kilometers per hour. Wow, that was insane how we just floats over the bumps there. Let's go back. And then okay. I can show you this, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, I've shown you in another video. Okay, let's back. Let's just cruise at. Yeah, let's go. What? How the heck can the car just float over the bumps like that? I drove about 18 kilometers per hour over the bumps. Amazing. Yeah, okay, maybe I should end the video now, but this car is just fantastic. So You know me, I have tested so many cars, everything that is electric, toothbrushes, vibrators, lawnmowers, yeah, everything electric, I've tried them. And this is the first press car that I borrowed that I want to buy. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? I don't need this car, but me wants it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. When I was driving this car, I was thinking, I like this shit. I like the comfort. I'm an S-class guy. See, it was over the bumps and then over here and then, okay, you feel like it's about to slide a little bit, but then somehow it just, zip, zip, no problem. Yeah, but you know me, I like Tesla, and I also like the EV6. You know, I like the Korean cars, but there is just something about this EQS that just makes me want to buy it. I like the comfort, I guess the power, yeah, it's still fast if you want it to be fast, you know? And it looks gorgeous. I like this single color. I don't like those dual color ones, the ones that they have been showing, you know? No. I like the single color, it's way better. It just looks so slick, it looks like a beast. But I don't know. So I asked Bertil Osten, if I place an order today, when can I get it? He said, well, Q3, Q4 next year. Like, what? Yeah, okay, so we have long wait time. So let me change my, let's go this way, okay. So, I probably don't need this car, but I still want it. I told him, okay, maybe I'm not that serious about buying this car, but it was just, I was just curious about it. And he said, yeah, okay. So I told him that it's one of the few cars, or maybe the only car that I really wanted to buy. But I told him, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. So just take it as a compliment. And he was, he was happy to hear that. But it is true. I was thinking, can I ask for a discount? I can just drive around with this and go on a road trip, or yeah, I don't know, man. You guys, yeah. So nobody told me to say this, or nobody paid me to say this. It's just my opinion about this. And I'm even a Tesla guy, or I'm tech. I like the tech, but there's something about the EQS that makes me want it. But however, there are also some weird quirks with this car that would probably drive me crazy. Like if you drive for about, it's random. After driving for about 15 minutes, half an hour, it will bug you about start vitality program. You seem tired. Start vitality program. You can massage and have some music or some shit, or yeah, release some smell in here. So, and I haven't found a place to disable it, because every time that thing pops up, in a Tesla, for example, or many other cars, there will be a little cog wheel, so you can disable it or something. No, here, no. I've tried to search for it. Okay, I didn't read the manual, because real men don't read the manual. But you see, and also a weird thing is that when you, let me show you something here. Just stop here. This is actually what I should do when I do these ASMR test videos, is that I should actually do stuff, not just talk. If you stop the car like this, okay, heater is off, but then you can, I love this. You press once and you start the preheating. And that means that when you leave the car, the heater will be running for about half an hour until you come back. And that's very nice in winter. But when I come back to the car, the left door here was making a squeaking sound. Sometimes it's gone now. But let me check something. When I come back and I press start, yeah, then suddenly the rear, yeah, the second row has fired up the heater also. And I have to keep turning it off. Maybe that's one of the reasons why the consumption is so high, because it keeps turning off the rear rear heater there. Oh, rear wheel steering. Look at this. Oh, I could just U-turn like a freaking i3. Oh shit. Okay, let me see. I want to turn off that display. Then I have to go 2 times. Okay, and then settings. Let me see if I can find it. And then system, and then display, deactivate display, off. Okay, dankeschön, it's off now. Or maybe I could use voice control and disable it, I don't know, yeah. Let's try. Wait, what is that display called again? Activate passenger display.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
Activate passenger display.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that right now.
Who is your daddy and what? No, then she went away. Hey, come back here, Helga. But I can do this at least. Activate massage.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
Start massage. Bitteschön.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that right now.
What? Start massage. The freaking woman just left me. Yeah, it happens all the time, man. Every time I try to talk to the women, and they just don't understand, or and then they just leave me. I'm like, man, I'm happy that I found wifey. Yeah. Oh, but look at, I like this shit. You can see how many stalls are available, how many kilowatt those chargers are. I like that shit. So I wish other cars would also have this kind of information here, this user friendliness here. But yeah, it's okay. But I should end this now. It's a really long video. It's recharge. They're putting up a hypercharger there. Noise. Okay, yeah, I should go home now. Come on. What? Huh? Don't you yield, bro? Oh, you wanna race? You wanna race, huh? Okay. Porsche. You know, he has to know that Mercedes is above Porsche in the triangle. No, what's it called again? In the what? He doesn't have blinkers. In the hierarchy, right? In the hierarchy, Mercedes is above Porsche. Yeah. Okay, maybe not, but that's what I think. This is the car for King. Yeah, the King. Hail to the King. It's a freaking limo. But no, yeah, but yeah, it's not like it's a limousine. It can also be a sports car. It can also be a family car. It can be whatever you want to be. It can build your dreams. Yeah. Okay, maybe not. But okay, the consumption on this drive, it was freaking 56 minutes long. 275 watt-hour per kilometer. Average speed 58 kilometers per hour. Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, let me just snap a little one and say, oh, what the heck. Okay, no, whatever. But yeah, so it is kind of thirsty, but still, I like it. And I can just say this again. I said this also in another video, but I'm going to say it again because I like that phrase. Is that this is one of the best EVs I've tried as a press car. I spent 5,000 kilometers with this roughly, and it's going to be sad for me to return it in a couple of days. So it's like when you go on a vacation and you meet this, by accident, you meet this wonderful girl and you guys spend time together, you know, eat together. You both are single, of course, right? But then eventually you have to say goodbye to her. And then you always wonder, and you ask her, well, will I ever see you again? And maybe she also thinks the same. And that's how I feel about this car. Will I ever be able to see this car again. No, I can't buy this car. It's too big. It's too thirsty. It's okay. Anyway, okay, but yeah. So what should I say? 2 thumbs up. No, if I could, I would give it 3 thumbs up with one of my legs. That's how much I like this car. And you guys know I'm a Tesla guy even. And yeah. So anyway, I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.